You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast with your host, Safan. Transmission will commence momentarily.
Welcome to the Highly Evolved Podcast. My name is Safan. You can find me on Twitter and Gab.ai. If you guys hear any noise in the background, that's not me, my neighbor. It is a Friday night that I'm recording. My neighbor decided to throw a party, and apparently their music is so loud it could penetrate my wall right now. So you hear any like mariachi music, like doom 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 doom. My apologies in advance. That's my neighbor throwing parties without telling the neighbors that they throw. Have you ever had one of those neighbors that decide to throw a party on a random day and not discloses with their neighbor, like the next door neighbor? That's kind of rude, isn't it? But anyway, I got that kind of neighbor that decided to throw a party without letting us know that they're throwing a party with loud music in the background. I don't know. I don't know when it's going to stop. But anyway, on that note, that's not the topic of this video. What I want to talk about right now, there's a recent study that claimed that the food right now that we have is not really safe at all. There's a study by the EWG, or I don't know what it is, but I seen this thing on this guy channel called Call for the Uprise, right? Call for Uprise. He released this video like a couple of days ago about in the wheat that we're eating right now, the wheat, the processed, the all-purpose wheat that we're eating right now, right? There's a small trace of glyphosate in there. If you don't know what glyphosate is, it's a thing that Monsanto's made up. It's owned by Monsanto's as a herbicide, right? It kills your weed, right? It turns out all these herbicide that they put in the on the plant is still traceable in the food that we're eating. So in the primary food that it's traceable is in oatmeals and cereals, primarily Quaker Oats meal, right? Quaker Oats meal, and some other off-brand cereal, right? But Call for Uprise did a video about this. You want to go check it out, go to his channel. It's called Call for Uprise. But anyway, it just make me want to say something that not even our food is safe these days, all right? You think your food is safe, but after eating a long time, you start to develop this adverse reaction, and then you start to develop all these health problems. Next thing you know, you develop cancer because you're consuming all these chemicals, especially glyphosate, right? That is very cancerous. You could develop lesion in your body, right? Because you're consuming this stuff, and then you could have food allergy. This are some of the leading causes that led people to have food allergy. Before that, people don't have that much food allergy, and all of a sudden there's food allergy. I blame Monsanto's on this, right? Monsanto's, and then the government, and then the Monsanto said, hey, they're only buying by the law because the EPA say you can only have a certain amount, a trace of glyphosate in food. And I was thinking to myself, a certain amount of glyphosate, isn't the appropriate amount of glyphosate in your food is no glyphosate at all? Do you think about that? Is that better if you don't have it at all? Why is there a allowable amount, a traceable amount? I don't want this thing in my food. I don't want to die eating cancer, food lace, thing like that. Like, it's stupid to say there's an appropriate amount. What I want in my food is none of these chemicals, all right, that could get me sick, and I could get cancer from this stuff. Right, and Monsanto is not doing so good right now. They have an injunction that make them that they had to pay this guy to sue them because he was using Roundup. Roundup is their brand, right? Another brand that they go by is Ortho. Ortho is the herbicide, and Bayer, right? Bayer is also owned by or is under the umbrella of Monsanto's. That's what it is. But these chemicals, Bayers and Ortho, they all make herbicides, which is stupid. I keep telling my neighbor, I have a neighbor that keep using Ortho's weed killer. I keep telling him, why you keep using, not only Ortho, right? Not only weed herbicide, is pesticide as well, right? Ant killers. He keep using these pest killers, this herbicide, and all this stuff on his garden. I'm like, what are you doing? You know you're scorching your ground, right? You're making your ground, you're tainting your ground. You are poisoning your ground. So you decide to plant anything else, you're going to kill your ground, and it's going to leach into your whatever. If in the future you decide to grow anything, it's going to leach into your food. Not only that, it's going to fall into the water supply, all right? And the water table and tainted the water. And he just shove it off like most people. They're so stupid. They're so oblivious to this fact that herbicide is not good for you, and they still use it like it's a casual thing. I don't buy that. I have a garden, right? I have a garden that's an organic garden. I only use organic, and there's hardly any pests. There's a few pests in there, but it's hardly pests. So I don't understand why people can't just garden their garden normally. All right. Especially when you do permaculture, you know if you use the right kind of plants, it'll drive off a certain pest away. You know, people don't know anything about that. They just plant food and that's it. You're supposed to plant the food that you want plus a complementary plant that balance the ecosystem out. That's how you avoid pests. And these people don't understand that. All right, I try to tell my neighbor, don't use that. You will get sick from this, and he still won't believe me. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there looking at my clock and waiting until he gets sick. God forbid for him to get sick, but he's being a stupid person for not listening. There's been a lot of bad press about glyphosate, and he's still being a hardhead and not listen to it. I told you, don't use glyphosate. All right, it will kill you. And now there's the story that came out that no matter if you try to avoid glyphosate, they're still in your food system. My best advice to people is to avoid packaged food. Anything that come in a box, all right? Anything that come in a box in the middle aisle, avoid it at all costs. The best thing to eat is fresh food. Fresh food, and then you can watch fruits and vegetables. That's it. Don't go for these packaged food. All right, this packaged food is dangerous for you. There's a reason why there's a high shelf life for these foods in the beginning, because it's laced with all these chemicals, the stuff you don't want in your body. That's why you're developing all these autoimmune disease, autoimmune system, right? And you won't believe me. Go ahead, go drink your municipal water, that fluoride laced water, right? I stopped drinking tap water because of that, all right? I just stopped, all right? To be honest, I want to be honest with you guys. I am a victim of dental fluorosis. If you don't know, dental fluorosis is a decalcified, demineralized, it's a breakdown of your teeth, right? Your enamel break down when you drink too much fluoride-laced water. As a kid, I didn't notice. I was oblivious. I was ignorant about the fact. So I kept drinking fluoridated water like nothing. And, you know, when you're poor, you can't afford water every day, so you drink tap water. And what it does, because it's fluoridated water, it decalcifies my teeth. So my trace mineral, I'm lacking in trace mineral. My bone density is weakened because of that. All right. This is why I'm a strong proponent of fluoridated water. I don't drink tap water at all. When I cook, I only use tap water if I were to wash something off, like wash a spoon. Then I dry it off with a paper towel. But when it comes to drinking, no, I don't drink it. And then when it comes to showering, you want to shower a limited amount of time, or you get a special adapter that filter your water. All right, you do not want to drink fluoride. That thing is toxic. Fluoride is a byproduct of aluminum. All right, they don't know how to. When you see an aluminum factory, you see the smokestack, right, and the smoke's coming out. Well, they put a filter in the smokestack because it's mandated by the EPA, so there won't be no harmful chemicals in the air, right? Now within that filter is fluoride, all right? So they can't just get rid of this fluoride, right? What they did is they convinced the city that they put fluoride in the water, so they don't have to go through the EPA, find special recycling plants to recycle fluoridation. So they use it to put it in water, right? And the thing is with fluoride is that Nazi been experimenting with this, because if you put fluoride in the water and the public people drink it, it have a docile effect, all right? Meaning they're timid, they're not responsive, all right? And fluoride is the leading cause of calcification of your pineal gland. This is why I'm so passionate about no fluoride in water. All right, you do not want to drink that stuff. I think it's terrible. But back to Monsanto's. Monsanto's is one of the evilest company, and what past administrator did so Monsanto could get by is that the Bush administration, I'm not sure about Trump yet, but Obama and the Bush administrators appointed the head of the EPA, which they formerly work at Monsanto's. So there's a conflict of interest here, right? So there's a conflict of interest. This is why Monsanto been getting away with a lot of stuff, because the person who's in the head of the EPA formerly worked on the Monsanto board and all that, have connection to Monsanto. This is why company Monsanto's have been able to get away with a lot of stuff this whole year, and people need to realize people need to research this. All right, don't take my word for it. Just research it. Now there's fluoride in our food. I don't want not fluoride. Well, there's fluoride in food. All right, not just fluoride, glyphosate. That is dangerous. Glyphosate causes cancer. All right, guys, you need to learn that. Glyphosate causes. I even have a hard time saying that darn word. All right, look for glyphosate. Get rid of your Roundup stuff. Any product that's made by go to your shed, right? If you see any product that was made by Monsanto's or have any name that related to Ortho or Bayer, is Monsanto. You need to get rid of all that stuff. It's not good for you, all right? But anyway, I saw this report on a call for uprising, just to mention again, right? Go to his channel, and he have a video up there. But it's in your best interest to watch that video and know about the danger of Monsanto's. For some of you guys, I'm sure you already know. But if you're curious, just go to his channel. But yeah, Monsanto is not a good thing. Stop eating processed food. Eat real food, meaning fruits and vegetables and meat if you can. All right? Eat from nature, all right? And on that note, guys, you have a good day, and I'll see you again later. See you guys later. I'm sorry, I'm tongue twisted right now. I'm very passionate about this.